welcome back to the channel. Rare coins all world today, we've got an exciting topic for all the coin collectors and history buffs out there. If you're a fan of rare coins, you're definitely going to want to stick around, because today we're talking about a little gem that could be hiding in your collection or even your spare change. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1964 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, this may seem like just another ordinary penny, but trust me, there's so much more to it than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you might be shocked to learn how much a 1964 1-cent coin could be worth today. Let's start with a bit of context. The 1964 1-cent coin is part of a series of pennies that were minted during a significant year in U.S. history. The coin features the famous profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has graced the penny since 1909. The reverse of the coin depicts the iconic wheat ears, a design that had been in use since 1909 as well, until it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial. So, what makes the 1964 penny so interesting? First, let's take a look at the history surrounding the 1964 penny. The 1960s were a time of great change in the United States. The country was in the midst of a booming economy, but also grappling with some significant social and political challenges. The U.S. Mint was in full production mode, and in 1964, millions of pennies were struck. Most of these coins were used in everyday transactions, making them seem pretty commonplace. However, as time passed, the rarity of certain 1964 pennies became evident, and collectors started to take notice. Now, the first thing you might be wondering is, why should a 1964 penny be worth anything more than just 1 cent? After all, it's a coin that was produced in large quantities. Well, the answer lies in a few important factors, including its condition, minting errors, and some unique characteristics that make certain 1964 pennies stand out among the rest. Let's begin with condition. The vast majority of 1964 pennies that were produced are not in great condition. They were used in everyday transactions and were likely exposed to the elements, becoming worn and scratched over time. A 1964 penny that has been heavily circulated won't be worth much more than its face value of 1 cent. However, when a 1964 penny is found in excellent or uncirculated condition, it immediately becomes far more valuable. A penny that still retains its original luster, without significant wear or damage, is much rarer than you might think. If you happen to have a 1964 penny that looks like it's in mint condition, you're off to a great start. The rarity of these well-preserved coins is what drives up their value. But condition is just one factor that plays into the value of the coin. Another important aspect is the mint mark. As you may know, coins are minted at various locations across the United States, and each mint marks their coins with a letter to indicate where they were produced. The 1964 penny was produced at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, with a D mint mark indicating coins produced in Denver and no mint mark for coins produced in Philadelphia. The minting location can impact the rarity and value of the coin. While most 1964 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, pennies minted in Denver are often more sought after by collectors due to their slightly lower production numbers, but the real treasure lies in the possibility of a minting error. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. These errors can happen when a coin is struck improperly, resulting in unique features or flaws that make the coin rare and valuable. Some common minting errors for pennies include double strikes, misaligned dies, or coins that were struck on the wrong planchet, which is a term for the metal blank that gets struck to make the coin. A 1964 penny with a minting error can be extremely valuable. For example, if you come across a 1964 penny with a double die, where the design appears twice on the coin, this is a sought-after error that can push the coin's value way beyond what you would expect. These kinds of errors are rare, and collectors pay a premium for coins that have unique characteristics. If you happen to have a 1964 penny with a minting error, it could be worth much more than you imagine. So, how much can a 1964 penny actually be worth? Most 1964 pennies, even in great condition, are still worth only a few dollars. But for those with a rare mint mark, minting error, or in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value can jump to astronomical heights. Here's the part you've been waiting for: how much can a truly rare 1964 penny be worth? If you have a 1964 penny in excellent condition or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $88,000. Yes, you heard that right, $88,000 for a single penny. It's mind-blowing to think that a coin that was once part of your spare change or buried at the bottom of your coin jar could have such incredible value. Finding one of these rare pennies is no easy feat, but if you do stumble upon one, it could change your life. The key is to look for signs that your penny is special. Inspect the condition carefully, check for any minting errors, and take note of the mint mark. If you think you might have a valuable coin, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional coin dealer or numismatist. They can help you determine its value and whether you found a true treasure. Today's video, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that may look like just another ordinary penny at first glance, but trust us, there's far more to it than meets the eye. We're talking about the United States 1-cent coin from 1967, and this little penny could actually be worth a small fortune. Stick with us until the end, and you'll be amazed by the staggering value of a rare 1967 penny. The 1967 1-cent coin was minted at a time when the United States was undergoing significant change. The 1960s were marked by political shifts, cultural movements, and major social changes. Coin production, however, was humming along at the U.S. Mint as it had for decades. By 1967, the design of the 1-cent piece had remained the same since 1909, with President Abraham Lincoln's portrait gracing the obverse and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse. But while millions of these pennies were produced, some of them were created under unique conditions that set them apart from the rest. Now, you might be thinking, a penny from 1967? How could that possibly be worth anything more than 1 cent? Well, let's explore just how this humble coin could become a real collector's item and why some 1967 pennies are worth much more than their face value. First, it's important to understand that, like all coins, the value of the 1967 penny is heavily influenced by its condition. Most of the pennies from 1967 that you find will be heavily worn and circulated, as they were used daily in transactions across the country. These well-worn coins typically have little value beyond their face value of 1 cent. However, there are a few key factors that could make a 1967 penny truly valuable. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its potential worth. If you come across a 1967 penny that has been preserved in uncirculated condition, that's where the magic begins. A coin that still retains its original shine, free from scratches, discoloration, and other signs of wear, is much rarer than you might think. Finding a 1967 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is a real rarity, and collectors are willing to pay handsomely for coins in such remarkable shape. The condition is paramount because a well-preserved coin is more likely to fetch a much higher price on the market. But here's where things get even more interesting. Not only does condition matter, but there's another important factor that plays into the value of your 1967 penny: the mint mark. Mint marks indicate where the coin was produced, and during 1967, pennies were minted at 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint didn't place a mint mark on their coins, while those struck in Denver carried a small D mint mark. Generally, coins from the Denver Mint are a little rarer than those from Philadelphia, which can sometimes influence the value of the coin. So, what if you have a 1967 penny with an error? Yes, you heard that right, minting errors. In the world of coin collecting, minting errors are highly prized. They're not something you see every day, and finding a coin with a unique error can make it incredibly valuable. Minting errors happen when a coin is struck improperly, resulting in odd characteristics that make the coin stand out. These could be things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins with misaligned dies. Coins with such errors are considered rare and can demand much higher prices than their more standard counterparts. If you have a 1967 penny that's been struck with a noticeable error, you could be holding a true treasure. Imagine finding a 1967 penny with a double die. This is a situation where the design is stamped twice on the coin, giving it a distinct look. These types of coins are highly sought after by collectors, and they can make your coin worth a lot more than its original value. Here's the part where it really gets exciting: the potential value of a rare 1967 penny. As we've discussed, the condition, mint mark, and any unique errors all contribute to the coin's worth. In most cases, a regular 1967 penny will only fetch a few cents or maybe $1 if it's in excellent condition. But when you find a 1967 penny that's in uncirculated condition or one that has a minting error, the value can skyrocket. In fact, if you happen to find one of these rare pennies, it could be worth as much as $98,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $98,000 for a single 1967 penny. It's incredible to think that a coin that was produced for everyday use could have such a staggering value, but that's the magic of coin collecting. Rare and well-preserved coins from specific years, especially those with minting errors, can be worth far more than anyone could have imagined when they were first struck. So, how can you tell if your 1967 penny is one of these rare treasures? The first step is to carefully inspect the coin. If it's been well preserved, with no signs of heavy wear, you might already be holding a valuable piece. Check for any unusual features like a double die or other minting errors that make your penny stand out. And of course, don't forget to check the mint mark. Coins from Denver could potentially be more valuable than those from Philadelphia, especially if they're in excellent condition. If you suspect that your penny might be rare, it's a good idea to have it professionally appraised. A certified coin dealer or numismatist can assess your coin's authenticity, condition, and rarity to help you understand its true value. Today, we're diving into the world of rare coins, and we've got a real treasure for you, a coin that could be worth a fortune, hiding right in your pocket. Have you ever wondered if your old coins could be worth a lot more than their face value? Well, stick around, because today we're talking about the United States 1-cent coin from 1977, specifically the one with the elusive mint mark. It might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to be discovered. Let's start by setting the scene. The year 1977 was an interesting time in America. The country was still recovering from the turbulent years of the 1960s and early 70s, and the economy was beginning to stabilize. But the U.S. Mint was busy at work, producing coins for daily circulation, including the humble 1-cent coin, often overlooked by most people. However, this small copper coin from 1977 holds a significant secret that could make it incredibly valuable today. At first glance, the 1977 1-cent coin looks like any other penny, nothing out of the ordinary. It features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a design that's been in use for decades, symbolizing the nation's respect for Lincoln and his legacy. But what sets this particular 1-cent coin apart from others is the mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about a mint mark? Well, for coin collectors, the mint mark is everything. It's a small letter, usually located just beneath the date, that indicates where the coin was struck. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced coins at several different locations across the country, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of the 1977 1-cent coins were minted in Philadelphia, so these are the most common ones you'll come across. But what makes the 1977 1-cent coin special is the mint mark that appears on some of them, the D mint mark from Denver. You see, the Denver Mint produced a smaller number of 1-cent coins in 1977, which makes them rarer than their Philadelphia counterparts. And when you combine rarity with condition, you get a coin that becomes extremely valuable to collectors. But it's not just about having a coin with the D mint mark, it's about the quality and condition of the coin itself. Over time, most 1-cent coins from 1977 saw heavy circulation, which means that they've likely been worn down and show signs of damage. But here's the thing, a well-preserved coin that has remained in excellent condition is a rare find. A coin that is in uncirculated or near mint condition can fetch a much higher price, especially when the mint mark is correct and the coin has been carefully preserved. So, how do you know if you've got one of these rare coins? First, look at the coin closely. Check the mint mark on the obverse side of the coin. If you see a D beneath the date, congratulations, you've got a 1977 Denver minted penny. Now, inspect the coin carefully for any signs of wear or damage. A coin that's been kept in pristine condition, with sharp details and no visible scratches or discoloration, will be worth significantly more than one that has been worn down through years of circulation. But here's the real kicker: some 1977 1-cent coins with the D mint mark have been found to have unique characteristics or errors, making them even rarer and more valuable. These are known as error coins, and they occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. Whether it's a misstrike, a double die, or some other irregularity, these errors make the coin stand out, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. Now, here's where the excitement really kicks in. If you happen to have a 1977 1-cent coin with the D mint mark in uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. A coin in such pristine condition or with a rare error has the potential to fetch a price that most people wouldn't expect from a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. In fact, a 1977 1-cent coin in excellent condition, with the D mint mark, can sell for a staggering $90,000, that's right, $90,000 for a single penny. It may sound unbelievable, but in the world of rare coin collecting, it's not as uncommon as you might think. Coins like these are highly sought after by serious collectors, and the demand for pristine examples of the 1977 D penny has pushed its value to incredible heights. Today, in this video, we're going to talk about a coin that you might not give a second glance but could be worth a small fortune, the United States 1-cent coin from 1978. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, but hold on tight because there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye, and it could be hiding a big surprise. Now, let's step back in time for a moment and consider the year 1978. The country was in the middle of an exciting yet turbulent time. The U.S. was recovering from the energy crisis of the 1970s, while technology was beginning to make a big leap forward. But while this was happening, the U.S. Mint was still doing what it does best: producing the coins that would help fuel the economy. Among those coins was the humble 1-cent piece. It was small, it was copper, and it was one of the most commonly used coins in circulation. But what many people didn't realize at the time was that a 1978 1-cent coin would one day become a sought-after treasure. You might be asking, what makes the 1978 penny so special? Great question. While the design of the 1978 penny was similar to other pennies produced during that era, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, there's something about the minting process for that year that makes this coin stand out. And it's all about the mint mark. Let me explain. The mint mark on a coin tells you where it was struck, and it's an important detail for collectors. For most of the 1978 1-cent coins, they were struck in Philadelphia, so they don't have a mint mark at all. But what many collectors are hunting for is the 1978 penny with the rare D mint mark. This mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, and here's where things get interesting. Coins with this mint mark are much rarer than their Philadelphia counterparts. Even though the Denver Mint produced millions of 1978 pennies, finding one in pristine condition is a real challenge. Most of the coins that were circulated over the years have suffered from wear and tear, but the real value lies in finding one that has been well preserved. An uncirculated or near mint condition coin, especially one with the D mint mark, becomes highly desirable to collectors. But it's not just the mint mark that adds to the value, it's also about the quality of the coin. Most of the 1978 1-cent coins you'll find have been through countless hands, dropped, scratched, and damaged over time. But when you come across a coin that's been kept in excellent condition, with sharp, crisp details and minimal signs of wear, that's where the real magic happens. This is what collectors are after: coins that are as close to mint condition as possible. And if that coin happens to have the elusive D mint mark from Denver, then it becomes a rare find. But wait, there's more. Beyond the regular minting of the 1978 pennies, there have been reports of rare errors in some of these coins. You see, when coins are minted, sometimes there are small imperfections in the process, misstrikes, double dies, or other anomalies that can make a coin one of a kind. These error coins can be incredibly valuable, often fetching prices far beyond the typical value of a regular, non-error coin. If you happen to stumble upon a 1978 penny with a unique error or irregularity, it could be worth even more than you might expect. So, what's the big payoff for finding a 1978 1-cent coin in pristine condition or with a rare error? If you've got one of these coins in excellent shape, with the D mint mark from Denver or a unique minting flaw, you might be holding on to something worth $80,000. Yes, you heard that right, $80,000 for a single penny. It may sound unbelievable, but this is exactly the kind of hidden treasure that coin collectors dream of. And the best part? If you're lucky enough to find one, it could be worth far more than just the value of the metal or the face value printed on it. Coins like these are highly prized, and their worth has skyrocketed in recent years as collectors continue to hunt for these rare and valuable pieces of history. Today, we're diving into a piece of American history that's hiding right in plain sight, the United States 1-cent coin from 1960, and this one comes with a twist. A twist that could make it worth far more than you ever imagined. That's right, this seemingly ordinary penny could actually be worth a small fortune. Now, 1960 might seem like a long time ago, but let's take a moment to look back at the world during that time. America was in the midst of the space race, just a few years before humans would land on the moon. The nation was going through major cultural shifts, and even in the world of coins, things were evolving. At this time, the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing coins for circulation, and among them was the well-known 1-cent coin. But little did most people know, the 1961 cent coin would eventually become a rare and valuable collector's item. When you think about a 1960 penny, you probably picture the usual design, a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a design that has stood the test of time and has been a part of American life for generations. But the true value of the 1961 cent coin comes not just from its design, but from something that most people might overlook, the mint mark. So, what's the big deal with the mint mark? For those new to coin collecting, the mint mark is a small letter that indicates where the coin was made. There are 3 primary minting facilities in the United States: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most 1960 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why you'll often find 1960 pennies with no mint mark at all. But here's where things get interesting. The 1961 cent coin with a mint mark from the Denver Mint is the one you should be looking for. That's right. The 1960 penny with the D mint mark from Denver is much rarer than the ones minted in Philadelphia, and that's what makes it special. However, the real treasure lies not just in having a 1960 penny with the D mint mark, but in its condition. Most of the coins that were circulated over the years have seen wear and tear, but finding one in mint or near mint condition is a rare discovery. And let me tell you, the higher the quality of the coin, the higher the price tag. So, how do you tell if your 1960 penny with a D mint mark is in good condition? First, take a close look at the coin. The details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait should be sharp and clear. You don't want any signs of heavy scratches, discoloration, or fading. The reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, should also have defined lines and features. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition, away from the wear and tear of circulation, are much more valuable than those that have been heavily used over the years. But here's where things get even more interesting. In 1960, the U.S. Mint also produced a small number of coins that had a rare minting error. These error coins, often overlooked by the general public at the time, have become some of the most sought-after items in the world of coin collecting. For example, there are reports of some 1961 cent coins with double dies, which is a minting error where the design appears to be struck twice, creating a double vision effect on the coin. These error coins are incredibly valuable because they are one-of-a-kind pieces of history. And yes, a 1960 penny with this kind of error could be worth an extraordinary amount of money. Now, you might be wondering, what's the real value of a well-preserved 1961 cent coin with the D mint mark, especially if it has a rare minting error or is in near-perfect condition? Hold on to your hats, because you could be looking at a price of $87,000 for just one penny. Yes, you heard that right, $87,000. That's the incredible value a 1961 cent coin could reach, but only if it's in the right condition. Imagine finding such a penny tucked away in your change jar or buried in your collection. For collectors, this kind of find is like striking gold, and it's no wonder that the 1960 D penny has become one of the most highly sought-after coins in the world. So, if you have a collection of old coins, or you've just been saving your pennies over the years, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. The 1961 cent coin with the D mint mark might be worth far more than you think. Remember, condition is key. If you have one that's been kept in pristine condition or has a rare minting error, you might be holding on to a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future treasure hunting videos. And if you think you might have a 1961 cent coin with a D mint mark, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your finds. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep your eyes peeled for those hidden gems in your coin collection. You never know when you might uncover something worth tens of thousands of dollars.